Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to Daily's 2A News. So California, back at it again, just seems to be one of those things that we're always forced to talk about here. But Governor Gavin Newsom has signed seven new gun control bills into law in that state. If you're asking yourself, how is it possible to even come up with 7 more bills? Well, they figured it out. Let's talk about it. So as you all know, in California, you really got to jump through some pretty major hoops just to be able to practice your Second Amendment rights. I mean, these are fundamental rights, and you cannot access them without going through just absolutely ridiculous rules, regulations, fees, and background checks. I mean, they've banned just about everything in some form or fashion. You have to do background checks on pretty much everything. Nothing can be sent to your home. It has to go to a shop, and then you have to go to your shop. You have to pay them a fee in order to pick something up. I mean, these are things that are completely unserialized, and you still have to go through this ridiculous process. It is really tough in California. This is supposed to be a fundamental right. It's supposed to be a right that is given to us by God, but protected by the Constitution. And it's just, if you ask me, it's a privilege in California. It's not a right. California has made it a privilege. So you ask yourself, how could they possibly come up with 7 more bills that Newsom would want to sign? Well, what they're doing now is, since they've got a lot of their major victories out of the way, a lot of the things that they've wanted to see done out of the way, they're going to start going after more of the nitpicky stuff. So these 7 bills kind of all revolve around domestic issues and people who are already prohibited. So trying to get these things from those people that are prohibited, confiscate them, take them, destroy them, whatever it is that they do. They want to take them away from those people, make sure they find out who they are, where they live, go there, and they want to get them. And then they want to make sure that when it comes to domestic issues, so, you and your spouse, you and your girlfriend, your live-in partner, whatever, you guys are having issues and maybe something happens, they want to be able to go after you or the offending party to make sure that they can't practice their Second Amendment rights anymore either. So basically what's going on here is they're going after other issues that would cause you to be prohibited. They want to expand on the number of things that would cause you to be prohibited. And then once you are prohibited, they want to come through and they want to take all of that legally possessed and legally purchased property that you've acquired, because now you are prohibited. So they're going after all of the little nitpicky stuff with these 7 bills. I'm not going to bore you with all the details and all the bill numbers and stuff like that. If you guys want in-depth information on these bills, check out Armed Scholar. I've recommended him multiple times. He does great in-depth videos. What I'm just trying to do is break it down for you in very simple terms and let you know what's going on. So we know that, things need registration in California. We know that a lot of things are banned in California. We know that a lot of things need background checks. We know that a lot of things need transfers. And again, you have to jump through hoops, right? Well, now they're making sure that anybody who is prohibited and anybody who is involved in these domestic disputes is also going to be prohibited and relieved of their personal property. And a lot of it's going to be done through red flag laws that already exist in California and have been used quite a bit. As a matter of fact, I think California is probably number 1 when it comes to red flag laws actually being used. Some states have had them on the books for a decade or more, and they've pretty much never been used. But California, they put those on the books, and they're running ahead with it. They're running away with it, essentially. And they're using that as like backdoor confiscation. With the red flag laws, it just takes law enforcement or judge or, an ex-spouse or a current spouse, girlfriend, whatever. It just takes somebody like that to say, hey, this happened, and we're going to go ahead and take you of take your stuff away from you, and then you can prove your innocence later. So again, they're working on more of that stuff now with these 7 bills. So it's not like they added a new ban or they added a new regulation that's going to add even another fee on top of something else. It's not like they did anything like that through these 7, but still, they're just going for it more and more and more. And if you think this 7 is the end, it's not the end in California. If he signed these 7, that means there's probably going to be another 7 in 6 months. That's what the Democrat Party does in California. In order to get your name on the list so that you get, a good rating with their party and you can, satisfy your constituents, you have to come up with a bill to say, hey, look what I did. Because, they always like to say, we need to do something. We have to do something to stop what's going on here. Well, all of these Democrats want to say that they've done something, so they come up with these crazy schemes to limit your Second Amendment rights just to say that they did something and look good to the people that they voted for. That's pretty much what's going on here. And it's going to continue to happen all the way down the road. They'll find these new things to go after and stuff that, maybe hasn't been quite touched yet to go after, and they'll go after those next. So it's a nonstop downhill, nonstop uphill battle for those people who want to practice their Second Amendment rights. It's absolutely disgusting. It's terrible. And I'm sorry that it's happening to the people of California. There was a big chance during the recall, maybe things could get changed a little bit, but I just feel like now that he actually won, I feel like he's even more emboldened to do as much as he can in the meantime. So anyway, California, 7 more bills signed by Newsom. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.